Real quick, people, I just want to go ahead and bust this video before I get on the road. But listen, this year for some of you has been like this year for me. It's been a very rough year. You've taken some significant hits, probably experienced some significant defeats, and had some very personal losses. Some of you lost some things that you never saw going. And worst of all, you had people that you deeply love, you greatly love, that you've been trying to hold on to, work things out with, and they walked away. And there are so many things going on in a lot of your lives. And a lot of you, possibly like me, are doing a lot of reflection on how the year is ending. As the year ends, you reflect on the year that has passed. Well, I want to say something to you, and I'll make this very plain, especially if you are a follower of Christ. Jesus said that he is the vine and we are the branches, and that every branch that bears fruit, the Father prunes it. He cuts it back that it may bring forth more fruit. Recently, we had some trees that were pruned. The trees look fine to me. The trees look healthy to me. The trees look good to me. But when the tree God came around, he saw limbs that needed to be cut back. Now, the limbs look fine to me. I didn't think the limbs needed to go. Matter of fact, when the limbs got cut back, they made the tree look very ugly. But what the man had to explain was, if these things aren't cut back now, it could hurt the tree in the future. Let me say something to you. When you are really trying to follow Christ, when you're really trying to serve God, your life goes through seasons of pruning where God cuts things away. And what I want to say to you is the same thing that I say to myself. Quit trying to, listen, you got to train yourself to let go of what you still want to hold on to. Think about what I said. You've got to train yourself to let go of things that you really still want to hold on to. When God prunes things and when God prunes people out of your life, when people get distant, when they stop talking to you, when they walk out of your life, when things that you held on to that you never thought could be shaken suddenly get shaken and taken from your life, you got to think about the sovereign hand of God. You got to think about the sovereign plan of God. Whatever God does or whatever he allows to happen, there's a greater purpose behind it. So if God is allowing it to leave, if God is allowing it to go away, or if God himself takes it away, ask God to give you the heart to accept whatever his will is. And no matter how lonely you feel right now, no matter how hurt you feel right now, no matter how devastated you feel right now, know that what has been cut away today, God has something greater tomorrow. And the deception of life is to think that what God has for you that is the best is behind you. No, it's before you. And listen, when you've lost everything and you're by yourself, when you've lost everything and it seems like all these insecurities are washing over you, that is the time where you have to look past your humanity, see his divinity, and not walk by sight and human understanding. You got to walk by faith. Hear me when I say this. Let those things go. Even if you got to do it with tears, let them go. Even if you got to watch them burn, let them go. Even when it seems like the enemies, the people that are against you, are rejoicing over your demise, let them go. Why? Because there has to be crucifixion before there can be resurrection. And because Christ is your Lord and he dwells in you, he is the resurrection and he is the life, and you will not die. Do you hear me? I don't know who I'm talking to, even if it's myself. You will not die. And the God you serve will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. And whatever you lost, God is going to give back to you something greater. Something greater. Quit crying over a carnival with issues and that's broken down in the front of Walmart when God's trying to send you to Disney World, to the Magic Kingdom. Hear me when I say this. Train yourself to let go of what you still secretly want to hold on to, because God has got something better and you will be better.